Srinivas Gowda, working as an assistant professor in Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Dundigal. Today we will learn few string functions available in SQL Server. Okay. SQL Server has many inbuilt functions for string manipulations. Okay. The first thing would be ASCII. ASCII. It gives when you use ASCII, it returns the ASCII value for the specific character. Okay. For example, I say select ASCII of column name is std_name as number of, as my column alias is num code of first character from student view. So ASCII of my column name is std_names. So this will give me the ASCII value of the first character of the std_name. This function will give me the ASCII value. Next, the char. The char function will give us the character based upon the ASCII code. So, example, select char of 65. We all know that char of 65 gives us capital A. Okay? That is the char function. Next, char index. The third function we are discussing is the char index. This returns the position of the substring in a string. Okay, this gives us the position of a substring in a string. Substring is nothing but in a string you want to capture two or three characters from the string. Use substring function. That position is determined by char index. So, for example, I am saying select char index of what to find is A. So, I want to find the char index of letter A in std_name. Now, in this standard name, wherever the first occurrence of the capital letter A is there, that will give me the char index of the starting point. Suppose my name is Amin. Amin is. So, my char index would be 2 because 1 is 1. Amin is A-M-I-N. I am saying char index of A first. The first letter is A. It gives me the value of 1. Char index. It returns the position of the substring in a string. Select char index of A, letter A, in the column std_name from student view. So when I say the char index of A in the column std_name is the first occurrence of A, the position is, we get the char index. Suppose my name is Amin. So my name is Amin. Here the char index would be 1. To the char index of A would be 1. If my name is BAT, the first occurrence is the second. So my char index would be the second 2. Right? This is the char index. Next, concat. It adds 2 or more strings together. So select, the command is select concat. You have to provide 2 column names, std name and std course. So when I use this function concat, the 2 values are clubbed together and shown as 1 value. This is the concat function. Next is concat with plus. Similar to concat, this is adds 2 or more strings together. Here earlier we are using concat keyword. Now we are not using keyword. We just say select std name plus is the concatenation symbol and std course. By this plus we are able to concat 2 strings. This is concat with. Here there is no keyword called concat, right? Next we have one more string function, concat_ws, which is with space. With space or with separator. Sorry, concat_ws with the separator adds 2 or more strings together with the separator. So I am saying select concat_ws is with separator. My separator here is full stop or dot with two columns are std name and std course. By this we can combine 2 strings with a separator. The separator for me here is dot. Right? The other functions which we will see is data length. Returns the number of bytes used to represent a function, used to represent an expression, which is nothing but the data length. It is select data length of column name from student view. So if if the name is Amin, it will give you the length of 4 because there are 4 characters involved. So the data length of the column will give you the number of characters occupied in that column. Format. When I say I want to format 1, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, the format of 2, 2, remaining values. So now my output would be 2, 2, again 2. That is 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In this format, my data would be formatted. This is the format string function. Yes, left. Left function extracts the number of characters from a string, starting from the left. So, starting from the left, it extracts that part. Select left of standard name, 3 from the student view. When my name is like Amin, now from starting from left, 3 characters will be extracted. It is AMI. These 3 will be extracted from the string student underscore name. This is the left function. Similar, we have len function, which is length function. This is similar to the data length. It returns the length of the string. The syntax would be select len of std underscore name from the student view. Okay, this will give me the number of characters stored in the each row of the std underscore name. For example, it is Amin, this will give me 3, Amit will give me 4, etc. The number of characters stored in that column name, the value would be coming from the using len. The len is similar to the data length. Next, we have lower function. This converts a string to a lowercase. This will convert a string to a lowercase. Lower of std underscore name from a student view. If your value is like a small m, capital N, I, this is value. It will give all in small form in lowercase. This will be the format. This is the lower. Next is ltrim. Ltrim, it will remove the leading spaces from the string on the left hand side. Ltrim will remove the leading spaces from the string. If a string is something like this, space A, D, M. So this empty space will be removed when you use ltrim. So we will get A, D, M. This is ltrim. Next, reverse a string and returns the results. So if your name is AMIT and I say reverse function, reverse of std name, it gives me the reverse order TIMA. This is the reverse function, string function used to reverse the column value. Like you have seen ltrim, there is also a corresponding rtrim. It will remove the trailing spaces from the string. Ltrim was trying to remove the left hand the initial values starting, but rtrim will remove the trailing spaces from the right hand side. str function will convert a given value into a string data type. Select str of 2020 1208 will give me value in string format. Next, substring is nothing but which will extract some characters from a string. Substring function will pick few characters based upon the condition. For example, here I give select substring of ABCD, EF, G, H. I say starting position is 2 and number of characters to be written is 4. So from 2, 4 letters are written. So my output would be B, C, D, E. Starting at where? Second position. That is B. From there, 4 characters you want. B, C, D, E would be my string update, my string after using the substring function. Okay. Next is the trim. Trim is nothing but which removes the leading and trailing spaces from the string. Earlier we have seen L trim, which removes the leading spaces. The R trim was trying to remove the trailing spaces. Totally, if I say trim function, it will remove the unwanted spaces from front and the back side, both from the leading and trailing. My format is as I have a space between the starting before A and after H. When I say trim, it will give me a value of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H without any spaces at starting or at the last. Like we had lowercase, we have a similar function in uppercase. This will convert a string. This will convert a string to uppercase. Select upper of this value. This is the various string functions we have can use in SQL Server. Next, we'll see the numeric functions. Okay, ABS is nothing but absolute. Will return the absolute value of a number. So the syntax: select ABS of -243.5 as absolute number. So it will give me a value of 243.5. The function is ABS. It gives the absolute value of a number. Next, AVG. AVG is the aggregate function and it is the average value of an expression. Average value of an expression. Then, ceiling. Ceiling will return the smallest integer value that is greater or equal to the given number. Now here select ceiling of 25.75 as ceiling value will give me the next value like 26. The smallest integer value that is greater than or equal to the given number. 25.75 ceiling will give me 26. Next, count will give me the number of records written by the select query. Count function will give me the return of the number of records written by the select query. Select count star from table name. If you give that, it will give me the number of rows available in that table. Floor. We have seen ceiling. Now exact opposite is floor. This returns the largest integer value that is less than or equal to the given number. Which are less than or equal to the given number. So my number is 25.75. When I say floor of this number, it will give me 25. Whereas ceiling gave me 26. Floor has given me 25. Then max. This returns the maximum value in a set of values. Select max of age. It will give me the maximum age in that column std age. Similarly, min. And next we have the last is sum. Check the sum of set of values. Sum of age. It will give the total age of the all students from the column std age. Next, we have seen the string functions. We have seen the numeric functions. Now let us see a few date functions. Okay. So current timestamp. This function will give you the current date and time. Select the current timestamp. It will give the get date. It will give the current date stamp including month, year, date, and hour, second, minutes, milliseconds. This is the date current timestamp is almost equal to the get date function. So let's get date. Get date. We have date add. Now add a time or date interval to a date and returns a date. Date add is nothing but adds a date and time interval to a date. So I say my syntax would be select date add. What do you want to add? What interval I want to add? I want to add year interval. So how much to add? 1 year. So select get date of year interval, comma, how many years you want to what? I want to add 1 year. To what I want to add? To the current date. So I say select date add of year of 1 comma current date. This will give me the exactly a year of next year, same date. Plus, as you are adding 1 year. Okay. Similarly for date diff. This will date diff will give the difference between two dates. This will give the difference of two dates. Date add was adding some years, some interval. It could be a day, it could be a month, or it could be an year. The date diff will calculate the difference between the two dates. And the interval we want to calculate difference is year. Select date diff of year, comma, give two dates. This will give me 2 years. This will give me 2 years my date diff. Okay. Next, date from parts. Returns a date from the specified parts. Now you have provided one year, month and day. And now we want to use the date from parts. You provide these three values to the date from parts. It will give the current. It will give the given date in the format of like mm-dd. That is date from parts. Next, date name function. Date name. This returns a specified part of a date as string. This will give you the specified part of the day as a string. Select date name of interval of month, comma, date. This will give me as December, and December date name December. Similarly for date part, this will give you the part of the date as integer. Date name was giving you a string. Date part will give you the integer. So select date part of month of this. If you give month of given date, this will give you in integer format. Date part was giving integer. Date name was giving us the numerical alphabetical part, string part. That is date part. Next we have date. Returns the day of the month for specified date. From the given date we pass, it will give you the current day of the month. Is 25 in this case. Month will give you the numerical value 1 to 12, which is the current month is December. So I get 12 has the month. Similar year, if you give year of 2020, it will give you the year as 2020. It will give the year of 2020. Now, a few advanced functions, okay, of SQL. Cast. Cast is nothing but which converts a value of any type into specified data type. Okay. Cast is you're trying to cast on data type to different data type. So when I say, for example, say select cast of 12, 34. 12, 34 as integer will give me a value of 12. Because I'm casting a float value of 12.34 as integer. As integer will not have any decimals, it will give me 12. I'm trying to convert a float function to an integer function by using the cast as integer. Coalesces. It will give you the first non-value in a list. Suppose my example is you have to give the column name corresponding the default value. Suppose I say select coalesce of stdh, 0. When there is no value or a null value, it will give me a value as 0. Suppose my row has my age has 3 columns like 3, 10, null, and 12. When I say coalesce of std, age, it will give me 3, 10, 0, 12. Well, this null value will be converted as null 0. As we are given in the brackets 0. Given 0. So whenever the age is null, it will be converted to a 0. This is a coalescent property. Convert. We have seen earlier the cast. Now we are seeing a similar data type, which is of convert. Converts a value into a specified data type. See, cast also does the same thing, but convert also does the same thing. Here, convert will have to give the data type first. See, select convert integer of 25.65. It will give me, you're trying to convert 25.65, which is a numerical value. You want to convert into an integer, it will give 25. Similarly, cast also doing the same thing. But the only difference is cast, we say has cast. You're giving the string, you're giving the value first, and it's what you want to convert. So select cast given value as a new data type. Similarly, convert will say convert into integer what the given value. This is the only difference, syntactical difference between cast and the convert. Okay. Next is isNull. IsNull is a function which will give you the when the value is null, it will give you it will give you the value in different format. The returns the expressed value if the expression is null. Otherwise, return the expression. Suppose I have a student which I forgot to add his age. I mistakenly made it as null. When I say is null of column comma 0, when it encounters a value of 0, when it encounters a value of null value, it will convert it as 0 and show me. If there is a value of student age, it will give me student age. When there is no value for student age, it will give me the default value which are mentioned in the isNull condition as 0. This is isNull. IsNull is similar to a collision function. Next is isNumeric. Test whether an expression is a numeric or not. Select isNumeric of ABC. It will give you false because it is not a numeric data type. Similarly, if select isNumeric of 1 to 3, will give you true. Test whether this expression is numeric or not. System user. System user is a SQL server, internal command, and it will give you the login name of the current user. So there could be many users. There could be many users in your database based upon their roles and permissions. There could be 5 or 6 users. So when you say system.user, it will give you the current who is logged on with which login ID. Similarly, user underscore name. This will give you the database username based upon specified ID. Login name is different. Database username is different. So this will give me. Say for example, select system user will give me like Srinivas or some X person name. Whereas if I say username, if you give username as 1, it will give me the username corresponding to the one who is logged on with the 1. Okay. If I give 2, it will give me a different username. This is the advanced function in few functions which SQL Server has provided to make use of programming. Thank you.
For more updates,